Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1 and let's bring you the intel of the day. These are reports from people just like you that work in all kinds of industries. They're kind enough to take the time to send me this information so I can compile it and deliver it back to you guys as subscribers and viewers of this channel. Just so you can connect pieces, connect the parts, and hopefully it will motivate you to prep harder. And if you're in these fields, to maybe I need to order some of this stuff now. So let's get started right away. Superintendent of a large electrical construction company on the East Coast. He builds substations. That's what he does. Difficulty in getting parts, conduits, the steel for structures, the large breakers. He said work has not stopped, but had just slowed to a crawl while they wait for these things to come in. Another person in research and development. No new projects are being designed because they can't get the electrical parts to build them and to test them. So major shortages in capacitors, heat sinks, fans, resistors, microprocessors, and he's being told 52 weeks to get some of these parts in. Department of Transportation, so this would probably be a state worker, and he's located in the South, having hard times getting replacements for all their heavy equipment. And they're already discussing if the fuel supply gets worse or gets rationed, they will only be doing emergency work on the roads. Taco Bell. Someone went up to get a taco through the drive-thru, and to start it off, the person inside said, we're out of sour cream, we're out of tomatoes, we're out of onions, and a couple other things. Yeah, you miss those things, you really can't get a taco. Let's go and talk about substations. Got some more confirmations about this. The ballistic walls are being put up because there was 3 locations that had a high caliber weapon. They found a 50 cal shell. And I guess they were shooting transformers at 3 different locations. I got no more information, but I remember a few months ago reading something in the news about that. So that's why the ballistic walls are going up. Also, this is up north in New York, near Rochester. The lady said Walmart, 88-cent bread, the cheap white bread, that's great for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, went up to $1.59. So from 88 cents to $1.59. Gas is up there $5 a gallon, diesel's at $6. Speaking about gas prices have risen 33 cents in 2 weeks. They're at $4.71 national. So if you're lower than $4.71, you're doing good. This is an electrical and mechanical technician of a major global company. They make siding and fencing. I think it's more of the vinyl side. They were very strong, doing really good, and then all of a sudden demand has collapsed. It's probably because the prices have gone sky high on this material. So I guess people are not buying it. They sell exclusively to contractors. So they're having employees take vacation and other time off. They are still running the plant, but their inventory in their warehouse is just growing and no one is buying it. Gunsmith said he repairs lots of firearms, and spare parts for firearms are drying up. He's also a firearm instructor, and he has students that take his classes, and he's noticing that they're using more of the commercial reloads that are for sale. Also, they're using steel case ammo. He says accuracy is suffering with these rounds, and also more malfunctions. And he also can see confidence in students going down because they're having problems, and they're not shooting as good because they're using subpar ammo. Also, a guy in the South, Chewy's. That's the company I guess sends dog and cat food, pet food, and they are set up automatically for auto ship, and they've been doing this for over 3+ years. The last 2 orders, they have a lot of their items that they normally get are not in stock, so they do not get them. Let's switch over to this one. Is I would love to get some more information on it, more confirmation, because it's a pretty serious. A chemical company that makes sodium deaconate, D-E-A-C-O-N-A-T-E, sodium. They say it's used for processing meat, hot dogs, luncheon meat, and sausage. That doesn't sound too good, though. They also, I guess, use it in, I think, herbicides. But they have 4 companies inside the United States. And normally, this stuff is in short supply anyway, so if one company goes down or goes offline for maintenance, they contact the other 3 companies and tell them so they can increase the amount that's out there. But for some strange reason, last week, the 4 companies all shut down, and they said, really, the events out of their control is the reason they shut down. So I would love some more confirmation on this, because that's a serious bullet point. It's a very serious bullet point. So if anyone knows anything more about the sodium DEACONATE that is produced, there are some other companies overseas that are producing it also, so I don't know if we can get it there, but probably not. Oh, school bus driver says that the electric bus batteries in the school bus will not work when the temperatures go over 90, so they have to go back to their older diesel-powered buses. I would love to know more about this. So someone's an expert with these buses. Is this, why is this? But is it just because they're having some problems with those batteries, or is it widespread? Also, they said that the schools out there, so low of staff personnel is actually a safety issue for students. Also, mental health workers, there is a huge shortage of therapists and doctors, and even some medicines that help people that have mental issues or mental problems are in very short supply. I can see the mental health as we progress down this collapse. We're going to have more stress in our lives, be more purposes for counselors of any sort. This is Georgia area. Sam, shortages of products. He sent me pictures, so I find that was very interesting. He also said there's an increase in his areas of gas being stolen from vehicles. All right, let's go over to Iowa. This guy does fiber optics. He puts it in. A lot of Cat 6 cable. He does hospitals. He does commercial customers. Normally they have hundreds of boxes of the Cat 6. But they're out. Friday they used their last box of non-plenum Cat 6. I don't know if they have any of the regular. I'm not an expert in Cat 6 wire, but basically they have no supplies and work is not being done. All right, a good report from Ohio. He says the stores that he's going to are well stocked, no problems really. But Sam's has a limit of 2 on the meat purchases. He also observed that people are stocking up. A lot more boogies, a lot of the bulk purchasers are happening. Also, he said that auto parts, they had to wait 32 days for a water pump for his vehicle. And at work, they had to wait 11 days for one single tire that they needed to put a company vehicle back on the road. Good report from a law enforcement officer in the South. He says all the departments, so police department, sheriff's department in his area, totally short-staffed. They have equipment shortages, ammo, they need new radios, new patrol cars. Also, the biggest one is the taser batteries. They're critically low on taser batteries. They can't even do proper training of officers because they don't have enough. So the taser batteries are back ordered and they're going to be out for another 6 months. So that's really bad because then they only have non-lethal as their batons. After batons, you go to a firearm and deadly force. So hopefully they can get their taser batteries in quickly. California near Sacramento, $6.03 for regular gas. IKEA, and this is in the middle of the country, store sales are down. A lot of products are out of stock because of Russia and Belarus. Belarus and Russia provides some of the wood products that they use in their furniture. He also said very short workers, can't keep anybody, and also commented that his global sales are down. X-ray technician up north. Doctors actually have to cancel some surgeries or operations that require a technician or an X-ray during that time. Also, they said they're giving bonuses, regular hourly salary. So they're getting $250 to $500 a shift in bonus. They're so short X-ray technicians in some areas. They have to bring them in from outside the area. So that's a good paycheck. They confirmed that the contrast shortage, the CAT scans, very short on contrast, and critically short on ICU nurses. All right, last one. In the South, water projects on a busy road took months longer than expected. They get into the project and found out they need some pipes and some fittings. They don't have them. So months, that causes a lot more congestion on the road after they tear it up. Also, the public works people, after they got the water thing fixed, took weeks longer to get the asphalt. So, are we developing into a third world country? These reports everything just can't fall apart at once. Is this a coordinated effort to destabilize us? I don't know. Is it just because of the stupidity of the lockdown causing these problems? Is it people don't want to work for slave wages? Inflation's going up. Wages are not really going up in some areas. So something has to give. So just continue prepping. Right now, people say, Dave, that's all negative. I fill my life with positive things. Yesterday, my son, my daughter-in-law, the little guys, Nate headed up the project. We did another outdoor enclosure for the baby chicks. So see, you might see Dave doing all this negative. It's not. It's positive. Everything I'm doing behind the scenes that you guys don't see is positive. Doing something on the homestead, just preparing for troubled times, spending time with my son and my family. So if you get overwhelmed on all this negative, just take that information, motivates you to prepare more, and then do something positive. Do something, even if it's just gardening, even if it's just cleaning some of your supplies, your rifle, your gear. Do something positive. Focus on the positives that you can control. Thanks for watching.